And a very good, we still in the morning? No, just past noon, 12:05 here in Sheridan. And a very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, for some more Lady Bronc soccer. Second night of a back-to-back. Sheridan coming off a pretty dominant victory over Cheyenne South last night, 6-0 down in Bighorn. And now they will welcome in up at Sheridan High School a tougher test against Laramie here this afternoon, joined by Steven Schreffler. I'm your host, James Timberlake. Coleman Hanchett in the building as well, doing the camera work. What'd you think about yesterday, Steven?
Yesterday was a good matchup. I think it was kind of a step up from the week prior to that. I think they might have some more competition today.
Yeah, this is probably, from what we've seen so far, going to be the toughest matchup that they have faced, at least so far this season. Laramie played their first game of the season yesterday, taking on Campbell County, and they won that game 7-1. Laramie finished the season last year 14-4-1. They've returned a bunch of people from that squad last year as well, so this will be a very good test for Sheridan, who is still 2-0 on the season, and we will be a little bit of a litmus test, if you will, for this Lady Bronx team to see kind of and gauge where they're at in accordance to what should be the top flight of Wyoming 4A high school soccer on the ladies' side. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starters for Sheridan here. Willow Koltiska going to start in goal. She had she's got 2 straight clean sheets as well, so she had a good night yesterday as well. She's only had to really play one half for each game coming out as far as goalkeeping goes. She'll come out in the second half and play forward in the second half in the 2 games that we've seen with her. Avery McMullen will start as well. Avery Von Krosick, Ella Ballou, Savannah Child, Juliet Kane, Sydney Warnicki, Sydney Zabrowski, Danny Grooms, Parker Tridy, and then Anna Tarver will round out your starters for the Lady Bronx. And Laramie, they'll bring out Maria Jeezy, in the goalkeeper position. Madeline Martin, Javi Stender, Sia Tafa, Devani Romero, Chloe Wallhead, Ava Wallhead, Bailey Setright, Shaylee Lucero, Morgan Hansen, and Madeline Hunter will round out the rest of the starters for Laramie. As we're getting set to go here, we've wrapped up all the introductions and whatnot. The referees getting a nice handshake to the linesmen, and both teams will huddle up, and we'll get ready to go. It's a little bit cooler than it was yesterday. That's kind of what we thought was going to happen, right, Schreff?
I was expecting maybe some snowflakes in the flurries or something like that, but
right now it's just freezing rain, if you will.
Yeah. About
40 degrees out here is what my watch is telling me, and a little bit of a slight wind maybe to the southeast, or excuse me, the southwest, and some of that sleet coming down a little bit here as well. So a lot colder than it was last night, but no snow, thankfully, falling.
Not until
here,
tomorrow.
Yeah, here just yet. And we'll see if we can get this game over with before we start seeing some snow dropping on the field.
I'm glad to be inside, that's for sure.
I agree, yeah. Thank you to the Bronc Sheridan High School for letting us sit in the press box for this one and for all of the games as well. We're about to get underway here. Laramie going to kick it off as we get ready, and the referee's going to look at his watch. He'll get the whistle, and then we will be underway just like that. Laramie's going to start off with the kickoff. Again, Laramie 1-0. They played their first game yesterday, beating Campbell County 7-1. So they took the trip down to Campbell and then sped up over here to Sheridan to play Sheridan here in this game this afternoon. Then they'll head back to Laramie after this game is over. And Sheridan looking to finish their weekend 2-0, as Laramie's going to have an immediate attack with a nice through ball, but it's going to have a little too much power and roll into the hands of Willow Koltiska. Willow Koltiska's been not had a whole lot in terms of saves she's had to deal with very much. She's played a pretty aggressive sweeper-keeper style that we've seen early on, coming up and really playing against through balls and knocking them away without having to worry about playing defense very much against goals or shots on target or anything like that. And we'll see if she has to worry about that a little bit more here today, as Avery McMullen was making a nice little run there, but then pushes it out of play, and that will be a throw-in here on the attacking side for Sheridan. Throw-in for Laramie, excuse me. As the throw-in comes in, we'll see if Sheridan is able to dominate the midfield once again, they have been able to do, as Juliet Kane moves forward here, or Parker Tridy, moves forward here, is looking for McMullen, but it's going to go out of play, and it'll be a goal kick for Laramie. But yeah, they've dominated the midfield action, especially on these free kicks, these goal kicks, as well as the throw-ins as well. They've intercepted a lot of those passes, and it have led to some quick counterattacks from the Lady Broncs offensively, and that's kind of how they've been able to dominate both of the games they've played so far here this season. And we'll see if they're able to keep that up in this matchup against Laramie. As we get a throw in here for Sheridan about the midfield point. Juliet Kane there has it. She's going to try to find someone on the outside on the far side of the field. It's Ella Ballou with it now. And she's going to look for Avery McMullen towards the middle of the pitch. And McMullen's going to try to take the turn, look for an opportunity. But good defense played by Laramie. The Lady Playsmen, now they're going to try to get out on the run. But some good aggressive defense being played there by Sheridan center back. I believe that was Anna Tarver there who was pushed up. Made a good tackle on the ball. And a kick there that's going to go off of Laramie, and we'll have another throw-in. Sheridan JV team just finished up against this Laramie squad as well, and they fell 2-1, but that was a tough contested matchup as well. We'll get another throw-in here at the midfield area. It's going to probably be a lot more like this than it was yesterday with these hotly contested battles here in the midfield that lead to a lot of throw-ins, maybe some free kicks and whatnot, given how much more of a heavier competition this is for Sheridan.
It'll be interesting to see how Sheridan deals with a team that's here, not say to compete, but more evenly matched.
Yeah, much more, from what we've seen so far, on the level of what Sheridan is hoping to be this season as well. I think they both Sheridan finished just below them in the standings last season on the east side of the regional bracket. I think Sheridan finished 7-7-1, but again, Laramie had a pretty big gap. Obviously, they were 14-4-1, but it was a second and third finishing for both teams respectively. As Sheridan's going to have a little bit of an attack here, Ella Ballou's going to have it. She's going to look to try to find a crossing opportunity. She gets the ball out wide and is going to kick it off the defender for Laramie. That'll go out for a corner kick for Sheridan. So they'll have an opportunity for a set piece here to try to capitalize on that.
And just like yesterday, we have Avery McMullen scooting way up there.
Yep, she likes to hug the goalkeeper. Hug the goalkeeper, if you will, kind of crowd the keeper as the rest of the team kind of plays farther back and from that far post.
You have to be comfortable at being uncomfortable.
Yep, get a running start as that one's brought in and goes off of Jehezi, the goalkeeper for Laramie, and it'll go out again for another corner. And the corner kick is taken. It's go far out wide, but it's going to get over the head of the intended target. I believe they were looking for Danny Grooms there to maybe do a switch of the play, but a little too much on it as it goes over her head. We'll get a reset. Laramie throws it in. It's an immediate turnover to the Lady Broncs, but now we'll have a battle in the midfield as it's getting scoot back a little bit more. Avery Von Krosa going to try to get rid of it, find one of her teammates. Again, another good aggressive tackle there by Anna Tarver. And now Sydney Zabrowski is going to have to do something with it, and she will get it away and get it out of play and let her team kind of reset as they were caught out a little bit. Laramie's they're kind of playing, it looks like I'm going to call it a 4-3-3, but they got at least, I would say, 2 attacking midfielders that are playing pretty far up on the field, and they'll have maybe one center defensive mid, if you will. Sheridan looking like they're playing more of that 4-3-3 that we've seen the last few weeks, with the wingers on the outside, maybe one defensive midfielder and 2 regular midfielders who like to play up a little bit forward as well, as the throw-in doesn't lead to a whole lot here for Laramie. Sheridan again playing some pretty good defense, and it's going to get kicked back towards Willow Koltiska and then kicked back into attacking territory for Laramie. At the foot of Laramie, possibility to make it another attack here. It's going to be Sia Taufa on the ball. She's going to take a shot, and it's going to go wide, and it'll be a goal kick for Sheridan.
Definitely not too bad of a day. I mean, it's cold. We got some rain, but the cloud cover's kind of nice.
Not cold for us, thankfully.
Yeah. Feels real nice in here.
Yeah, we got the old climate control, so we're pretty happy with where we're at. But, for soccer, they play, and as long as there's no thunderstorms or it's not hailing or anything, they're probably going to end up playing. That's kind of how it works.
No hail, no lightning.
No hail, no lightning, they are playing. Got another throw in here from Laramie. Laramie going to try to control it. Again, another battle in the midfield. We're going to try to get a long ball here from Laramie, but knocked away nicely by Sheridan defensively back into the midfield. Laramie on top of it.
I'm interested to see what Laramie can do when they get in front of the net.
Yeah, we'll see. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of height discrepancy between these two teams. They're both pretty evenly matched there. But in terms of set pieces, we'll see what the difference is in that end, as we're going to have an attacking opportunity here with Avery McMullen's going to move forward. Gets a little too heavy on the touch, and he gets knocked away, but Sydney Warnicki going to try to clean it up. Find Avery McMullen once again, and that one's going to have a lot of touch on it. McMullen battling for it, though, on the last defender, trying to just knock it away, and she does so successfully for Laramie, and it'll be a throw-in for Sheridan back towards about the 30-yard line on the football markers.
James, you were right about the more heavy midfield action in this game already. We've seen more action here than we've had all season.
Yeah, either team, whoever wins the midfield, it feels like through these first two games is usually who comes out on top, and that feels like it'll be the key for this one as well. And Sheridan's had a couple of dominant performances from their midfielders the last few weeks. With Parker Tridy last week, she was all over yesterday, I should say. Parker Tridy was all over the field yesterday, playing some very good aggressive soccer, both offensively and defensively, and Avery McMullen was kind of playing a center attacking mid last week against Warland. She was also all over the field. She plays hyper-aggressive as well, and it's kind of led to a lot of really good attacking opportunities for this Sheridan squad, as we were seeing Parker Tridy right there, pushing up the field a lot, making some good tackles, and it's going to lead to an opportunity here for Sheridan. Ella Ballew's going to get the ball and look for somebody in the middle, but again, nice defense being played by Laramie as well here early. So Laramie's going to move forward with it. Nice through ball on the opposite side, but just out of the reach of the attacker for Laramie. That was Madeline Hunter, who would have been the recipient of that through ball, but just went past her left foot there. As we'll get a throw-in that's going to go out of play. And it'll be a Laramie throw-in here.
Looks like we have Brooklyn Ellis on the sidelines waiting to come in.
So we'll have a substitution for Sheridan at the next dead ball, as we'll have a turnover in the area, in the Sheridan defensive area. Not a great spot to turn it over, but Sheridan able to jump on it quickly and force the ball back into the midfield. Talfa has it here for Laramie. They're trying to find some action. Some good defensive play being done by Sheridan. And the ball's taken away. They're going to have a lot of open space with a couple players moving forward. Sydney Warnicki's going to get it from Juliet Kane. And then Warnicki's going to look for Parker Tridy on the outside. Tridy has it. It's going to be slowed down a little bit. Ella Ballou is going to look for a couple options with a defender in front of her. It's going to go back out to Danny Grooms. And then it's going to be turned over to Laramie. And Laramie's just going to clear it out. And we'll get kind of a reset here. It's going to land at the feet of Zabrowski, who will try to reset it and move it back down the field.
I love how both teams, especially Sheridan here, is not clustering on the ball. They're all playing their own positions. They're not putting two people on the ball. They're spreading out and making good plays, good passes.
Doing their best to find open space as well, which is important. You don't want to be too grouped up in any of these soccer, also in hockey as well. But if you get too grouped up, that's where a lot of bad things can happen. As Juliet Kane's gonna have the ball here. She's pushing forward. Doesn't have anybody in the center that she's looking for. She's gonna try to take a shot, and Jahizi is gonna be able to save that one relatively easily. But that will be a shot on target for Juliet Kane. That's our first of the day so far. So defensive battle here early on. We're already 10 minutes in, and that was our first shot on target for either team. We'll have a foul after the free kick from Laramie, an immediate restart. Laramie's going to look for an opportunity. They will take a shot, and Willa Koltiska is going to let that one just go outside for a goal kick. That one will be out of play, or a shot but not on target there, as Sydney Warnicki will come out, and Brooklyn Ellis will check in for the first sub of our game as well.
Laramie taking no time on that reset.
Yeah, they got the free kick call, put the ball down, and immediately restarted, not allowing Sheridan to set their defense up before getting play restarted.
I like that quick turnaround.
We'll see a lot of that. We see a lot of that with the throw-ins, but I'm assuming we'll see a lot of that as we get further into the season and teams get more comfortable getting those fast restarts underway as well. So Laramie going to have the throw-in here. They're going to restart. Good defense, last line defender there, kicking it away and clearing it. We will get a free kick, though. There was a foul. So we'll have a free kick in kind of a dangerous area. It looks like it's going to be at about the 18-yard line as the crow flies. Is that how you say that? Did I use that correctly?
Yeah, I think that sounds solid.
So attacking opportunity here, goal opportunity here for Laramie if they want to take it. Wall for the Lady Broncs. It's got about 4 Lady Broncs in it. Here comes the free kick. It's sent in, but Willa Koltiska able to smother the kick immediately. No real action there. Probably a little too much power on that free kick if she was looking for any of her teammates. That was Morgan Hansen on the free kick for Laramie. Sheridan's going to get the ball back here with a good turnover in the midfield. Got a couple of people in the open. Good recovery defense there by Laramie as Ella Ballou was looking for Brooklyn Ellis, excuse me. Now we'll get another turnover. Brooklyn Ellis is going to have it here down on the wing. She is going to look for Avery McMullen, but that one was hit off looked like the ball of her foot almost, and it sends it wide.
Took definitely a weird spot on her foot.
Yep. Goes out for a goal kick. So we got 1 shot on target. Well, 2 shots on target in total here. Laramie just had 1. Sheridan's got 1 as well. Still 0-0 here. We're about to hit the 15-minute mark. 15 minutes past in this first half. As Sheridan's going to come out with the goal kick. A big clearance sent away by the last line defender there for Laramie. Just trying to get some action going. It's going to come out. Sheridan's going to get control. Brooklyn Ellis is going to have it now. She's using some good footwork. She's going to send it down to Avery McMullen. That was a good through pass, but maybe just a touch too heavy on it. I don't think she was trying to do that, but that ended up being a pretty good pass, a pretty good through ball to Avery McMullen. It will be a throw-in in a dangerous area for Sheridan. Parker Tridy's going to come up and get it from Avery McMullen. McMullen's going to use her footwork, or try to, and we will get a foul against Laramie. And McMullen drawing the foul there.
Laramie showing that they're not shy to play close to the body if they need to.
Yeah, they've been
especially against McMullen.
Yeah, they've been probably the most here early, obviously, but the most non-discriminate, aggressive, if that makes sense. Cheyenne South was pretty physical in everything that they were doing. We're going to have an opportunity here right in front of goal. That one was close to being a foul, but maybe a little bit of a feint from Avery McMullen. She immediately gets up. She knew that was not going to be called. Zabrowski's going to have it way back down. She's the last line defender. Turns the ball over, and now it's going to be cleared all the way down. Sheridan going to try to get control of it. Laramie again playing very aggressive up front, but Sheridan able to clear it away. Now we'll see a through ball here. If that one holds up, that will have enough room for Kane to get there, but just rolls out. Just a little too much weight on it. Again, it's kind of hard to tell sometimes because they come from the practice field over to our left and then on this turf, and there is a difference in terms of how much power you can actually put on the football or on the soccer ball compared to the practice field out there with the turf adding a little bit extra speed to those through balls.
Defensively, in the last kick, I do love how Cheyenne's keeper was motioning to the wall to move over to the right a little bit. That was very smart.
Yeah, Laramie, obviously a very good, smart team. They know what to do when they have those free kick opportunities, how to avoid those set pieces. Well-coached team as well, as this one goes out for a throw-in. If I remember correctly, Casey was telling us that Laramie's head coach here, the women's head coach, Kim Weisenot, is a former Wyoming soccer head coach herself.
Amazing.
So Laramie out getting some quality head coaching, and they've always been a very good soccer program as well, so that's not very surprising. But keeping it close to home as well, obviously. High school right down the road from the University of Wyoming. We're going to through ball here. Brooklyn Ellis going to try to chase it down before it's caught by the Laramie defender, and Laramie's defender is going to be able to hold it and hold Brooklyn Ellis back, and it's going to go out for a goal kick.
Good patience there from Laramie to hold up the play and let that one slide out.
Yeah, that was the last line defender. There's center back for Laramie. I believe that's Chloe Wallhead, who played good defense there. And the goal kick taken. Again, it's going to die in the midfield a little bit, and Sheridan's going to try to take advantage of it. But as the clearance was taken, it's hit out of play. And we get Avery McMullen was going to try down and was sprinting down to try to get this, knock it off of one of the Laramie players. Madeline Hunter was the one that was down there, and Avery McMullen kind of ran into Hunter, and we'll get a throw in for Laramie on the defensive side. We'll see what the throw in looks like here. It's going to bounce off of Sheridan, so we'll get another throw in. They're just going to inch their way down here with the throw ins. Want to thank Campco Federal Credit Union for sponsoring this action here today. Remember, they can help you get a competitive rate if you are in the market for buying a vehicle. The Campco loan team is ready to assist you today. Come in today or apply online at campcofcu.com. Campco Federal Credit Union, member NCUA, and equal housing lender, supporting Bronc and Lady Bronc soccer.
Thank you to all of our sponsors.
Absolutely, as always. Actually, McDonald's, one of our sponsors as well. I had some chicken nuggets last night.
Oh, you did it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
Barbecue sauce?
No, sweet and sour. I'm a sweet and sour guy.
Okay.
Sweet and sour through and through.
You know what? French fries and sweet and sour.
Perfect combo.
Perfect combo.
Perfect combo. Nothing better. So you're a barbecue sauce guy on the chicken nuggies?
I'm more of a sweet and sour. I thought you were a barbecue sauce guy.
I'll do both. I like barbecue sauce, but McDonald's sweet and sour hits different.
I'm just a sauce guy.
I'm with you there.
You give me tons of different sauces on my plate. I'm
full lineup of sauces. You're like, somebody should make a restaurant about that. I just thought of that. Just have something basic like chicken as like the main entree, but everything else, like the main thing is the sauces.
Yep.
I guess that's kind of what Buffalo Wild Wings is.
Kind of.
But, same idea. Make it more bougie.
I like a lot of variety.
Can't blame you there. I'm not a in terms of food, I'm not a huge variety person, I'll be honest with you. But sauces, I'll try basically any sauce once.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
And I like multiple sauces on it.
Yeah. Same.
For the same serving.
Same. I'm that way. At McDonald's, they got a lot of sauces. Sweet and sour, honey mustard,
a few
barbecue.
I have not tried.
Really? Which
there's
ones?
like a Szechuan sauce.
Oh man, not the Szechuan sauce. Oh no, the Rick and Morty sauce. Isn't that what that was? I think that's what it was.
I have not tried that.
Oh my goodness, I remember when that came out. That was a disaster. They have the picante salsa as well that they do for like their breakfast stuff.
Okay.
Like the sausage, and it's really good. I love that salsa stuff. Delicious. I'm door dashing it right now. No, I'm just kidding.
As we speak,
halftime lunch. Sheridan's still battling with Laramie here in the midfield. Good attempted through ball there, but just out of the reach of one of the Sheridan area attackers. Ella Ballou looking for it on the right side. She swapped positions here as we had a couple subs come in as Brooklyn Ellis and Ella Ballou swap sides.
Yeah, we usually see Ella Ballou on the left side.
Yeah, she's usually on our far side as we're looking at it. We'll get a foul call here. Ella Ballou earns the foul, so we'll get a free kick for Sheridan. But yeah, we swapped sides. We'll see if one of them, obviously, as far as the starter goes, between Ella Ballou and Sydney Warnicki, one of them has the stronger weak foot, if you will. And it might be Ella Ballou, given that she plays near side and far side. As Sydney Warnicki, we've seen her play, I think, solely on this near side. And now Juliet Kane will come in for Ella Ballou after that foul. And maybe we'll see a little Juliet Kane on the wings as well. And the free kick here. Taken here by Sheridan. It's going to be sent down to Juliet Kane. Nice little pass off the chest right to Parker Tridy. She's going to send it over to Avery McMullen. McMullen's going to try to command the midfield here and look for one of her teammates. It's going to be sent out to Brooklyn Ellis. Laramie doing a nice job of pushing the ball to the outsides and moving it out of the center of the field and force a turnover that way. Now Laramie is going to have an opportunity themselves, pushing down the right wing. Good recovery on defense there by Brooklyn Ellis, coming from her left wing spot. Kind of play a left wing back, if you will. It's going to be sent back down to Juliet Kane. Then Avery McMullen will get it, but it's going to go out of play.
Sheridan continues to win these small little battles that just add up over time and earn them their placement down the field.
Tridy's going to get the throw in. Now Avery McMullen's going to get it back after a bounce off of a Laramie player. McMullen's going to look for one of her teammates, but it's going to go out of play. It looks like we had... I think it'll be going... Yeah, it'll go down as a goal kick. It looks like McMullen doesn't like that call. She thought it went off of the leg of a defender. But nonetheless, it'll be a goal kick for Laramie.
Which is a perfect time to shout out some of our other sponsors, like Farmers Co-op, Chapman, Valdez, and Lansing, First Bank of Wyoming, Kilpatrick Creations, ERA Carroll Realty, Candlewood Suites, and Sheridan College. Thank you to all of our sponsors.
As we get back underway here, thank you to all of our sponsors for allowing us to do this year, our inaugural season, broadcasting Sheridan, both Bronc and Lady Bronc soccer. Sheridan looking to have, for both teams, a pretty good year. Lots of experience on both of those teams. Lady Bronc's here with a couple of seniors returning. A couple very important seniors on their team last year as well.
And we're getting better as we go. Our official clock
right on the money
is within half a second of the
It's beautiful.
The clock.
Look at us.
We're getting this stuff figured out.
We're getting it down here. Laramie with it in the midfield. Get nice defense being played. That's Juliet Kane. She's going to win a foul, and it'll go back to Sheridan. Actually, that was
Danny Grooms.
Danny Grooms on that, excuse me. Good defense being played by Danny Grooms. And we'll have Savannah Child waiting in the wings here to come in. Sub in here in just a second off of after the next dead ball, it looks like. Free kick taken by Zabrowski. Headed nicely by Tridy right to Avery McMullen. And going to send it down to Juliet King on the wing, but that was too much, and it will be out of play. It'll be another goal kick. We're going to have Savannah Child come in for Avery Von Krosik, it looks like. And Child will move down to the left back spot, whereas Paisley Hewlett came in a little bit earlier. Will move over to the right back spot. They'll swap positions. And we still have the goal kick coming for Laramie. And taken. Sheridan, good defense on those goal kicks. It's going to put Laramie in a tough spot immediately as Avery McMullen tries to take a shot, but defended nicely by Laramie. And they're going to get it away into the midfield. And now Laramie coming forward. Have a couple attacking options. Some good dribbling being done by Chloe Wallhead there. She's moving forward with it, but then now turns the ball over. And Sheridan's going to look for it. Juliet King on the wing from Parker Tridy. Now he's going to give it back to Tridy. And Tridy's going to look for her right back on the outside, but it's going to go a little too far out. Out of play. I believe that was Aaron Newton down there. Yeah, Aaron Newton was looking for that one. That was not her right back, actually. That was a midfielder Aaron Newton plays.
I wish we had the professional monitor and they had the tags in the jerseys where you could
so we could track it?
An overlay of everyone's names on the field, like the pros. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Hey, Bob, that'd be sick.
That's step 2.
Yeah, that's next on the list. Juliet Kane's going to get the throw in here. She's going to take a shot, but it goes a little too wide. It'll be out of play. Sydney Warnicke going to come back in, and Ella Ballou is going to come back in as well. Sydney Warnicke for Aaron Newton, and Brooklyn Ellis, who put in some good minutes there, will come out for Ella Ballou. Laramie with the free kick. Again, another one of those longer balls that Laramie's doing a better job than the other two teams we've seen control those long balls off those free kicks or goal kicks.
Putting them to players instead of open field or...
Yeah, the 50-50 balls are not being won as frequently here in this one. for the Lady Broncs as they were previously in the last couple of games. Now another quick throw in here from Laramie, hoping to catch Sheridan off guard, but Sheridan's recovering nicely. As Anna Tarver going to battle there. It was against Addison Armijo. And now throw in here. Sheridan's going to win it. Try to find Warnicki on the outside, but again, a little too much. They've had a couple of those. It looks like it's going to actually be a Sheridan throw-in.
Too much sauce and too far ahead of the player.
Yeah, a little too much on it. Looks like it tipped off of a Laramie player, though. Sheridan did have the throw-in, but they turn it over. Now Laramie will have an attack here. A nice through ball there, trying to find the Sheridan attacker. Ava Wallhead on it there, but looked like people are wanting a foul call there.
I didn't see any player contact.
They're not going to get it. Looks like we will have a corner, though. Yeah, we'll have a corner for Laramie. So it must have been, if the referee is saying there was no player contact, they must have touched the ball, which is exactly what happened, according to the referee.
This will be our first corner from
Laramie. The set piece, yeah, here it comes in. It's going to land right at basically in front of the goal. Nobody was able to touch it. Now it's going to go out wide, and a shot taken, but Willow Koltiska able to grab a hold of it. Not really a shot. It was basically a long pass into the goal area.
As a keeper, those high chip shots can be
a little dangerous. Sheridan's going to try to come out with the throw-in and move quickly. Sydney Warnicki's going to be able to get on top of this one. She's going to have enough room maybe for a cross here. The cross taken, but knocked away.
That was a well-timed, well-placed cross.
Yep.
Just didn't make its mark, but it had the ingredients.
Didn't have the power on it, I would say, but for the most part, if that had a little bit extra power on it, that would have been nice. It will go out for a goal kick, though, so it was tipped away, I think, by the Laramie defender. We'll have Parker Tridy, it looks like, on the corner. 12 minutes to go here in this first half. Still tied 0-0. Another set piece for Sheridan, and the cross comes in, and it's going to go out of play. And Tridy knows it immediately is a waste of a set piece, and they'll want that one back. Again, one of those, we've seen that happen a couple times here already, a couple of those shanks when it comes to sometimes in the bad weather like this, the ball doesn't fly like you want it to. Improper foot placement.
Get some of that moisture on your cleat.
Your boot, as they'll call it in England or whatever. Football, the pitch. Do you ever call it? Did you guys call it the pitch when you played?
I didn't.
It was the field. It was always the field.
You know, when I played, I didn't watch enough at the time.
You just played it?
I just played it. I should have watched it. I probably would have known more what to do.
Nah, no.
I was just a bruiser.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Some teams need that too, you know. There's plenty of bruisers in the history of soccer. Sydney Warnicki going to have it here, trying to find an attack. She's going to look for the throw-in immediately. And we got a sub coming in. Ref is going to pause the action to allow the sub to come in. It's Avery Von Krosik coming in. Now Sydney Warnicki is going to have the throw-in right to the feet of Parker Tridy. She's going to kick it back out to Sydney Warnicki. Bounces it off a Laramie leg, and Laramie's just going to try to clear it away.
On their clear, missing their intended target, but doing a good job, I guess, getting it out of the zone.
Yeah, the clearance. In that situation, the clearance was what was important. And we'll have another throw in here for Sheridan. Sheridan's own AD.
Recovering balls down there. Yeah.
Recovering the footballs. He's saying if he can't do the dirty work, he shouldn't have the higher job, you know?
Yep.
So he's out there on the Sheridan side throwing the balls in.
Always out there giving 110%. Yeah. Not just in soccer, but all sports.
I know, helping us out a lot too. Been a huge help to us for a lot of the setup and everything like that.
At the beginning of the season, I was like, hey, we're thinking about doing soccer. He goes, I love it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. We're going to broadcast
Sounds
soccer.
good.
And he said, perfect.
Say less.
Yep.
Where do you want? We'll have a goal kick here for Sheridan. goal kick's going to have a little too much on it for Ella Ballou. And Laramie's going to get on top of it. They're going to try to find some attacking opportunities here in the midfield. Sheridan's still pretty dominant here. Not nearly as dominant as the last few weeks, but in terms of attacking opportunities, it feels like they've had a lot more chances than Laramie here in this one early on. Haven't been able to capitalize. I will say Laramie's top-end defense, but here Sidney Warnick can have an option, but gets caught up. No, there will be a foul called. That is going to be a yellow card against Laramie. I'm surprised that wasn't a red. Usually last offender in the line, as Sidney Warnicki would have been totally by herself in that situation if she would have kept running against one-on-one against the goalkeeper. And usually, if there is a foul called, if it's last offender, you'll see the red card get pulled out every now and again. I guess give it a little leeway for the ladies here, for the high school teams here.
I was about to say Sheridan really needs to score a goal before Laramie figures this out.
Yeah, capitalize on this for sure. Free kick opportunity here at about the 21-yard line, or excuse me, the 16-yard line. Lady Plainsman with 4 in the wall.
Great placement by both teams here.
Avery McMullen going to run up and take the kick, and it's going to be a shot in just a little out wide. She curved that a little bit more. That would have been top bins. Bar down. But just a little too out wide, and it'll be a goal kick for Laramie. Goal kick is taken. They have these goal kicks, but sometimes you'll see the center backs take these goal kicks more often than the actual goalkeepers. I don't know why that is, but we've seen that happen a bunch here early on.
Keep your keeper well rested.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't pull anything.
Yeah. As we'll have the throw in once again. They reset there. I wasn't sure for exactly why, but reset throw in taken by Laramie. Now Laramie's going to have an attacking opportunity. Good recovery by Ella Ballou. Good job defensively as well to come all the way back, get in front of that. I will say one thing from Laramie that we've seen so far that's been exceptionally done. We'll have a corner here for Laramie, but defensively they're staying in front of the ball very effectively. Everybody up front for Sheridan's having a tough time finding openings in between the ball and the goalkeeper, as Willa Koltiska is going to have to snap this one away, and then Ella Ballou's just going to clear it. Good job by Ballou to get this one out. And now Avery McMullen's going to get fouled, and Sheridan will have a free kick. Good defense on the set piece there by Sheridan. Got 6 minutes to go. A little under 7 minutes to go here in this first half.
As Laramie gets more comfortable out here against Sheridan, I think this might be maybe one of the harder teams they've played this season so far. I think the second half could be much different for Laramie if Sheridan doesn't put one in here.
Also, it's probably a good thing for Sheridan. Not that they don't match up well, but Laramie has consistently always been one of the better teams, and it might be a good thing that they're catching them here on the early part of the season because they're both kind of warming up to the rest of the field, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And that might be playing a little bit to Sheridan's advantage here as well. But Sheridan also, no shame to them. They're a good soccer team, and who knows? They might have the advantage in this matchup throughout the rest of the season as well. So we'll get a throw in here from Laramie. Throw in taken. Again, a quickly taken throw in, trying to avoid allowing Sheridan to really set things up. It's going to come out and roll right to Willow Koltiska after a shot, but really not any danger there for Willow Koltiska.
It'll be interesting to see in this matchup if they pull her out for the second half and put her as a forward or keep her in.
Yeah, I think maybe, well, yesterday's game was close as well. I think it was 1-0 at half, and they still took her out and put her in the forward position and brought in Sarah Munn. They've done that the last 2 weeks, so we'll see if they do that same thing here in this matchup. It is definitely feels a lot closer than yesterday, I would say, in terms of the tug of war that is soccer, obviously. This one feels like it's a lot more close than yesterday's matchup was, even though it was 1-0 at the half. And this one's still 0-0 as we hit the 5-minute mark left to go. Laramie going to have the ball here down in the corner, but good defense done by Avery Von Krosik to run that one out. It'll be a throw-in for Laramie. Throw and taken right in front of the thrower. It's Ava Wallhead who took it, and then trying to find a shot opening, I believe, was Chloe Wallhead. So we'll have a goal kick here. Again, about 4.5 minutes to go. This first half. This first half going by quickly. As the goal kick did not go where Koltiska would have wanted it. Went right to the feet of Laramie. Laramie takes a shot, but it goes too high, and we'll have another goal kick. I'm going to have to ask Coach the question for the head coach for the Lady Broncs. That question is Laramie is going to try to take advantage of this goal kick again, misplaced, but it's going to be cleared nicely by Ella Ballou. Parker Tridy's going to try to run it down.
What was the question?
Josh Dube, the question about the goal kicks, why the center backs end up taking them more often than the actual goalkeepers themselves.
Yeah.
If there is a tactic to that, because it's both teams. I mean, we've seen it from everybody. I don't know if maybe it's a rule that I wasn't aware of, but
I'm just guessing here, complete guess. Those long kicks, those long balls have a higher chance of maybe injury.
Yeah.
If you're looking at the long run, you're looking at the season.
Or I guess possibly as well with those goal kicks, if it's a poorly placed goal kick, they're not in the best position to recover from that. Maybe.
Yeah. That's actually, I think, more probable.
I guess I'll ask Coach. Yeah, next week we'll find out. Throw in here for Laramie. Still in the attacking area. Laramie looking to get a good chance here before halftime, as they've had the ball in the attacking area of Sheridan, at least for nearly a minute here. Ella Ballou is going to run it out, try to find a couple openings, but Laramie able to pounce on the ball for an interception.
Ella Ballou came in with her foot on the gas and just came in out of nowhere at top speed.
She's very quick. I've seen that a couple times. She might be, McMullen might have a I don't even know the word I'm looking for. A contest against this, but I would say Ella Ballou might be the fastest player on this team for Sheridan.
Yeah.
You'll see the fastest ones obviously up front more often than not.
Quick to accelerate.
Yeah. McMullen, Ballou, Warnicki as well, obviously. But we've seen some quickness from Ella Ballou here in this game and in previous games as well.
I think McMullen could run through almost anybody.
Yeah, true. She's strong as well. We got a through ball here from Laramie. Laramie doesn't have a whole lot of people down in the middle, and good defense being played there by Avery Von Krosik. She's going to clear it out, get it back towards the midfield. Laramie still with possession. And now Avery McMullen off the clearance. The second clearance is going to come on top of it. And she will have the ball looking for Parker Tridy. Getting a little too much on it. This is going to be a dangerous spot here, but handled nicely by Maria Jezzy.
By Tridy there, way to follow the ball all the way up until the end of the play there.
And
mistakes can happen, and you're there to capitalize on that.
The other thing, too, Tridy, I mean, this is her second night of a back-to-back, and she's still running all over the place. She probably covered 800 yards yesterday with how much she was running all over the place. And here she is putting in the effort once again, playing that same hyper-aggressive midfield.
Sheridan, well-conditioned.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you have to be for this game, right? For this sport. As Laramie's going to have an opportunity here. Good defense being played by Sheridan. A little miscommunication there. Almost hurt them, but clearance made. Laramie is going to get on top of it here, still in attacking area, but a goal kick is going to be given. As kind of a last-ditch effort was being made to try to cross one in.
45 seconds left here in the first half.
Still counting down. So just a goal kick. We'll get a sub coming in with Aaron Newton coming back onto the field, replacing Juliet Kane. Now about 25 seconds once this goal kick is taken. And it is away. Ella Ballou here with that speed. She's going to come forward, looking for a couple players. She might want to hold up just a little bit. Looking for Avery McMullen, and too much on that kick. And that's probably how the half is going to end. It's going to roll right to Maria Jezzy. She's going to roll it out to one of her right backs. And now with 1 second, that is going to be how this first half ends. So, after one half of play, we're still knotted at 0. A very tight competition here in this matchup between Laramie and Sheridan. We're going to take a break. We'll be back here in a couple of minutes with second half of Laramie Plainsman, Sheridan Lady Bronc Soccer. You're listening, or excuse me, watching Sheridan Lady Bronc Soccer here on SheridanMedia.com, the Sheridan Media Facebook page, and the Sheridan Media YouTube channel.
throw a punch as a kid, and my dad
Yeah.
was just like, "Don't do that."
You do it once on something that's hard, you'll never forget. Pop your thumb out quick.
I was showing that just for the sport of it too. I used to do taekwondo as a kid. Loved it.
Really? I didn't know that.
But like I was also a kid watching like
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
90s movies, so like during war and stuff, I'm doing like these like spinning roundhouse kicks in the air against the and then launching it, and then you fall back afterwards. That was my favorite sell of this season.
I want to do the one where you get down and you go prone and you hold the house.
Yeah,
The
like
gun.
sniper.
And welcome back to Homer Scott Field. We're just about to get our second half underway here between the Lady Broncs and the Lady Plainsmen. It does look like Sarah Munn will come in and play goalkeeper here in this second half, so Willow Koltiska will move up into her forward position for this second half. And I don't think she's in here at the moment, but she will come in off the bench, I believe, and play a little bit more forward, as Sheridan will start with the opening kick. Immediately try to find Ella Ballou. Avery McMullen tries to find Ballou on the outside, but intercepted nicely by the Lady Plainsmen. We're underway here. Immediate foul from Laramie, so Sheridan will have a free kick. 0-0 game. Sheridan again playing some pretty nice soccer in the midfield. Not dominating nearly as much as they have in the last 2 weeks, but still playing pretty aggressively, getting some nice attacks going when they have the opportunity to, after maybe a tackle in the midfield. Some hyper-aggressive defensive play has led to some nice attacks, and we'll see what adjustments are being made, honestly, by both sides, too, because we still are in a 0-0 knot here. Neither team able to take advantage of the mistakes of the other.
I think we'll see Laramie come out with more aggressiveness and more of an attack style this second half. We'll see.
And we'll see what their adjustments are here, as ball being played to Avery McMullen up front. Again, best thing that we've seen from Laramie so far is being able to get in front of the ball when at the feet of Avery McMullen or Sydney Warnicki, and not allowing them any open space to find a player with a through ball or a pass or even a shot on target or anything like that. They've been very, very good at doing that. And we're going to have a clearance here. It's going to roll right to Sarah Munn. She's going to clear it away. And now Sheridan going to have to keep it out of their own area, get it out of here, as we're going to have a throw in here from Laramie on the attacking area on the near side. Laramie attacking area. Throw in going to be taken by Chloe Wallhead. And now moving up the field, Sheridan's going to have it, but errant pass there is going to right to the feet of a Laramie defender. Sheridan will get it back, though, immediately. Again, this is kind of what we've seen a lot of in the midfield, kind of back and forth, clearances from both sides, and then one team does end up coming away with it for a little bit, and then either a turnover, a set piece, or something like that, and just nothing to show for it here yet.
You said it early on. We're going to see a lot of battles in the middle of the field here, and we are.
Yeah, it's been the story here so far. Again, 0-0 game. No one able to take advantage of the midfield play, and really not a lot of. Sheridan has a greater number of attacks here in this game, but not any real attacks that have led to any great goal opportunities, if you will. Laramie definitely in that same boat as well, but just less overall attacking opportunities for them. So it's been a defensive battle for both teams. We also have Laramie's kind of playing. They're playing 4 defenders in the back. They're going to get an attack here with a cross towards the middle. Someone is going to be open for Laramie, but mistouched there. I believe that was Ava Wallhead who was looking for that one in the middle. Or excuse me, that was Devani Romero who had it there in the middle. She had it right at her feet. She would have had an open shot, but just misplayed just a little bit, and it goes out for a goal kick for Sarah Munn. And again, Laramie kind of playing. They have a four defender set, but they have one player that kind of just sits that's sitting further back than the other 3 defenders. Right now, it's Bailey set right, and she's kind of just playing safety more or less to avoid to eye the through ball opportunities from Avery McMullen and or any of the wingers for Sheridan, and making sure that they're getting run down. So it's kind of a 4-4, or it's a 4 defender set, but it's almost a 1-3, and then your midfielders and attackers for Laramie. Kind of an interesting setup.
A good job by Sarah Munn, keeper for Sheridan, that's in this for the second half, coming out wide to scoop that one up, putting pressure on the attackers.
And we'll see Sheridan here with another attack opportunity, trying to keep this one in as Ella Ballou She does do it successfully. She's looking for somebody in the middle. She's going to find, believe that was that was Parker Tridy who takes a shot, but it's knocked away nicely by Jezzy. Maria Jezzy for Laramie. Still in between the pipes. And Sheridan's going to fall back here, back into the midfield, but controlled by the defenders. And now pushing back up forward. Avery McMullen with the ball here. She's going to push it forward. Parker Tridy with it here once again. Looking for Sydney Warnicki on the outside. It's going to land nicely. Maybe go... Nope, she's going to have a crossing opportunity. That's going to go too far. Ella Blue tried to save it, but went too far out wide. It'll be a goal kick.
Good job trying to keep those in, and good job there. Also, we have some more sponsors to give a shout-out to. We have Thompson Master Masons, Bank of Sheridan, Sheridan Rec District, First Northern Bank, and One Health. Thank you to all of our amazing sponsors that make this possible.
Goal kick is going to be intercepted here by Sheridan. Immediate attacking opportunity. Ella Baloo going to slow it up. Try to find a cross here. Maybe something in the middle. She does have a teammate out wide if needed as well. Oh, Patrick, or excuse me, I'm going to keep wanting to call her Patrick Kane. I don't know why I'm doing that. Parker Tridy. I'm mixing Juliet Kane and Parker Tridy with Patrick Kane, who was a mid, not I believe a center for the Blackhawks for a long time.
There we go.
I don't know why I'm doing that.
Both great players.
Yeah. You know what? Some would say maybe on equal level. No. Sarah Munn's going to come out here and clear it out of her area. Looking for Sydney Warnicki down the field. Good job by Sydney Warnicki to box out that defender. Get her head to that ball.
Munn finds her intended target from 50 yards away, 40 yards away.
Good couple of legs on these teams in terms of getting some power behind the ball. We saw that goal last night. I believe it was from Tridy.
What a
she put
rocket.
a rocket into the top right or the top left corner. A great goal. Also want to give a big shout out to Range as well, one of our great sponsors here. You got to remember, cyber attacks, they don't just put your data at risk, especially in today's age. Everybody's data is definitely at risk. And you got to remember, cyber attacks, they don't just put your data at risk, they also put your productivity at risk as well. Range and their managed IT services gives you a full suite of data protection. Let the Range experts take care of your company's cyber security. Range, supporting youth sports in Sheridan County and beyond. You can go to range.net to find out more.
For most businesses, if your computers and technology aren't working, you're not working.
You're toast.
Yep, so they'll keep you working.
We're in the digital age, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to the future.
Welcome to the future is now, old man. As the old Malcolm in the middle line goes.
Mm-hmm.
As I believe Willa Koltilska is in now. She's subbed in, so she's out on that right wing now from her goalkeeper position. Now playing up in the right wing spot. She had the opportunity there. It's going to go out for a throw-in. And the throw-in's going to go to Avery McMullen. McMullen's going to come out, run it around, try to find an opening in the middle, but she's going to turn it over. We're going to get a foul called against Laramie. Laramie does not like that call, given some of the body language after the whistle was blown. But foul 1 for Sheridan.
Not sure if the field's wet or what, but she slid
Definitely, yeah.
a few yards there.
And when it gets wet on this turf, it might as well be a slip and slide. Free kick taken. Nice free kick, too, right to Parker Tridy's feet. And she was looking to find Avery McMullen on the through, but I don't think McMullen reciprocated that as it rolled right to the feet of Maria Jezzy. And now the free kick. And now Ella Ballou's going to have it after the misplayed goal kick there. Ella Ballou still with it, looking for a teammate in the middle. She's got one out wide who's pretty wide open. That's Willa Koltiska with it, and defended nicely by that Laramie defender. That was Madeline Hunter out there. Stopped that one on a dime. Tried to find a through ball all the way through, but Sheridan recovers nicely as well. Throw taken in, but right to Sarah Munn. Hops on it, going to look for one of her teammates. That's going to go out for another throw in. That's a misplay there. 31 minutes left here in this second half. Already 9 minutes blown by. Not a lot of stoppages, obviously. Still 0-0 game. And the throw-in taken. One initially by Laramie. Two teams battling, no foul called.
Just a player-player collision.
Yep. If they both go down at the same time, who do you call it on, you know?
Right. Nice trap, nice turnaround. I can't tell. Is that Ella Ballou? No, that's Willow Kotiska over there.
And now Juliet Kane's going to come forward with it. Nice ball fake there. She's looking for an opportunity. A tackle taken, but no foul called. That was all ball. That was good. Good no call there from the ref.
A few players tangled up after that collision.
Those ones always look a lot worse than they probably are. Good ball there. Good touch by the attacker for Laramie. That was Devani Romero who had that touch on that long through ball. Basically one-touched it down, was able to keep running with it. And we're going to have a couple subs come on for Sheridan, as Brooklyn Ellis will come in, as well as Aaron Newton. And Ella Ballou will sub off, as well as Juliet Kane. So Newton will take over in the midfield for Kane, and Ellis will go out to the right wing spot for Ballou. I believe Ballou is also, I think she played on the basketball team, the Lady Bronc basketball team as well. Name is ringing a bell for me. You know, Willa Koltiska, obviously, she plays hockey. We called her name a couple times during the hockey season as well on these streams. As after the throw-in, it's sent wide and into the goal kick area for Sheridan.
Lots of athletic ability out there.
It's rare these days you'll find high school athletes that are playing just one sport. They're usually playing a bunch of different things. And why not, you know?
How amazing to keep that conditioning up and going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Continue into the next sport.
I know, I mean, there were plenty of people that I knew that were like, I'm going to do football, I'm going to do track, I'm going to do soccer, I'm also going to do baseball. Why not swimming as well? And I'm like, how in the world do you have the time or want to do all this?
Right. And good grades.
Yeah, that was the main part for me. McMullen coming forward here. She's going to have a opportunity. Got a couple people out wide. They had the numbers. Laramie defended nicely. Wow, they're going to call a foul on that.
I didn't see anything.
I thought
anywhere close.
I thought that was a nice defensive play, but nonetheless, Avery McMullen does win the free kick. Parker Tridy is going to be on top of it here. She's going to take it, and it'll be lined up at about the 16-yard line. Laramie's going to have three people on the wall right at the edge of the box. Actually, inside of the box is now the ref is moving them. You think they do that for, like, they every soccer player lines up the wall first to try to get an advantage?
Yep.
Here comes the kick from Tridy. Shot taken and in!
Yeah!
Beautiful shot from Parker Tridy on the free kick. Wow!
Kind of an amazing floater change ball.
Almost a little bit of a knuckler. Floated into that top right corner. She had one of those yesterday, but she had a lot more heat on the one yesterday. This one was kind of a knuckler that Maria Jezzy really could do nothing with.
Hard to judge that shot.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was awesome.
Everyone in the stands were on their feet.
Erupted, yeah. Great goal, Parker Tridy. That'll make it a 1-0 lead for Sheridan here with about 27 minutes left here in this second half. And finally, Sheridan with a lot of attacking opportunities. They finally capitalized on one of the set pieces as well. They've had more free kicks in this game than they had in the last 2 weeks combined. Nice defense being played there for Sheridan as well. Last defender coming away to knock it away. That's Ava von Krosik on that one.
If you're Laramie right now, the best time to score is right after someone else has scored. So
I remember in the video game FIFA, as we'll get a corner here, and the shot taken, but it goes wide from Laramie. In the video game FIFA, after a goal, there was always the kickoff glitch, which is what everybody called it. But I don't think it was ever actually real. It's just you always ended up scoring right after a goal from a kickoff.
Crazy.
I don't know why.
Well, in real life, you have your emotions. You're really excited.
So,
you're pumped
you know
up.
what? They called it glitch. Maybe it's more real, more realistic than we think. We'll get another sub in here as Avery McMullen will come off. I didn't see who came on for her, but we'll get a name here in just a little bit. As we're back underway on the goal kick.
My emotions are still high over watching that.
Yeah,
that goal.
That was a great goal. That was awesome. You don't get to see very many free kick goals in any competition. Nonetheless, here, Lady Bronc's putting one home. Now we're going to see Laramie probably play a lot more aggressive up top, really crowding the ball defensively, try to get the ball in attacking area against Sheridan's defense, and then try to take advantage of it. As we'll have a throw in here for Laramie again on the attacking side for them. The throw-in's going to go too far though.
That ball was launched.
Yeah. It's going to go out for a goal kick. Sarah Munn's going to be able to take this one here. Or I guess the center back will take it here. No, Sarah Munn will take it, excuse me. So see, sometimes they do have the goalkeeper take it, and sometimes the center back will take it. It's interesting.
Maybe they just like the
There's a
setup
tactic.
sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know. There's some sort of tactic to it. Obviously.
I like your idea of being able to have the keeper able to defend.
Yeah. No, throw in here as Laramie runs it out of play. Throw in here on the near side. Zabrowski's going to get the throw in. Look for one of her teammates. Meg there. Nice little nutmeg from Ava Wallhead. It's the Sheridan defender. I believe that was Blue. And now Sheridan going to have an opportunity for maybe aggressive throw in. But it's going to be intercepted by Laramie. This is kind of bounding around here in the middle. Sheridan's got to get rid of it because this is where it can kind of get dangerous. Ball just bounces one way, and it can totally change the outlook of the game. Now Sheridan going to kick it out again. It'll be a throw in here from Laramie. Brooklyn Ellis just out of the reach of her leg there. And this is where it can kind of get also for Laramie. Sheridan defensively spending a lot of time in their own area here after that goal. And the more you do that, the bigger chance you're going to get from Laramie to capitalize and tie this game up. Good defense being played there. That was good tackle by Paisley Hewlett. Came up and made the aggressive tackle. Get it off the feet of that Laramie attacker. Now wins a throw-in as well.
Without that defensive position there, I think that could have been a fantastic opportunity if that wasn't shut down.
Would have been a cross for sure. We'll have another goal kick for Sheridan. We have a sub coming in as well for Laramie. So we'll wait just a second. As I believe Jovi Stender is coming back into this game. Replacing Addison Armijo. And the goal kick going to be controlled here by Parker Tridy. One goal scorer of this game here today. The 1-0 lead for Sheridan. Trying to find a couple people out wide. It's going to be run out of play, though, and Laramie is going to have the ball.
Laramie taking that momentum and just running with it, that quick turnaround on that throw-in.
Good through ball here. Opportunity possibly. Munn's trying to get out wide. Now Munn's out of position. If you're Laramie, you got to get people in the middle. Munn's still trying to retreat back, but nice job defensively. We will get a corner kick. Yeah, Munn was trying to get out to that one to try to just clear it, but overran it just a little bit, and she was way out of position.
Good job by Sheridan. Had a few defenders bumping back to cover that position.
Recover it. Here comes the corner, and Munn trying to slap it away. But again, good recovery defense there by Sheridan. And now they might have an opportunity if they can get to this one before it goes out. No, it'll go out for a throw-in. Yeah, good job defensively there. Good recoveries. Good couple of recoveries for Sheridan. As that one is thrown in, then knocked away. It will be another corner for Laramie. This is the dangerous part because, again, Laramie's spending a lot of time in the attacking area, winning set pieces. The more time you have, around the goal of the opposing team, sometimes it'll just accidentally slip in there.
We did say we would see a whole different last half from Laramie, and we are.
And the corner taken, headed down towards Sarah Munn, but Sarah Munn's able to corral it. Yeah, definitely a whole different vibe from Laramie as well after the goal from Tridy. Looks like they're playing a little bit more aggressive, more desperate as well, I would say.
Sometimes that's what you need to wake up.
Mm-hmm. It's been a long 2 days for them as well. The travel, not the funnest trip in the world is what I would say.
No.
You and I have both taken that trip. Coleman's taken that trip. Not the greatest trip in the world. Go from Laramie to Campbell, then to Sheridan.
I've taken
2
that
days.
trip a few times with the late Trevor Jackson.
Yeah.
That part of the trip was always fun.
Yeah, of
hearing
course.
stories from Trevor.
But I don't think Trevor loved it either.
No. That was a long haul.
That's the other thing. We just got to get. Hey, Bob. Bob's probably listening. We got to get the PJ going. You know,
Yeah.
the old private jet.
Yep.
I'll take the pilot lessons.
You know, I've played Flight Simulator a few times.
It's good enough.
On Xbox. Put me in. I'm ready. Not so good at the landing part
Yeah,
yet, but you know.
They do say that's the hardest part. Also, with the wind in Laramie, that's going to make it even harder.
I would say that's probably most guys' toxic trait. They all think
Oh,
they could,
my dude,
they could fly. They could land a jet.
You are speaking to my toxic trait.
Like, hey, I could land
Yes.
in an emergency.
Free kick is taken here by Laramie. It goes wide. It's off of a Sheridan defender, though, so it will be another corner for Laramie. I am that person.
Yeah.
I see like Airplane or whatever, the
Yep.
comedy, obviously, and he's going down the road. He's asking if everybody's a doctor or a pilot.
Yep.
Not the doctor part. I can possibly land this plane. I'm
There you go.
sticking my hand in the air.
There you go.
No guarantees, but I can try.
It would be a good attempt, right?
Of course. Why not? Look, hey, if I'm the best option, are you gonna say no? You know,
Right?
Like if I've played Flight Simulator. I've been around planes a long time. My dad works in the industry. My stepmom works in the industry. I feel like I have an idea. And if I'm talking to the tower the whole time,
Air
and they
traffic
kinda-
control, they're
they
gonna
kind of
talk you
guide
through
me
it.
through it.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
feel like I could do it. Also, though, the other thing, it depends. Like if we're talking like a 747,
Yeah.
probably not.
Well, those land themselves.
You think so?
Sometimes.
Okay. All right. You're making me more confident.
Yeah.
I was thinking like propeller,
Okay.
like single engine propeller. I could maybe do.
Oh, I think that would be harder.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Put me behind the 747 then. I'll take it. I figured that would be easier, but maybe you're right because they are lighter.
Yeah.
So
They move a lot.
more room for the
The crosswinds.
crosswinds. Yeah, Mother Nature to come into effect. But man, you just brought that up. I was ready. I'm about to do a whole rant for the next 19 minutes of this game. Talk about how I could possibly land a plane. But nonetheless, we're still going here. Sheridan going to have the ball, take it away in the midfield. Looking for Avery McMullen. That was Juliet Kane. Now McMullen after the throw-in on the deflection. She's going to have an opportunity. She's going to take a shot. Good defense there by Laramie. Slide tackle. It's going to go out of play against Laramie, so we'll have another throw-in in the attacking area. Sheridan with the ball. Throw-in given to Newton. Back out to Kane. Kane, good ball fake. Looking to push it back upfield, but again, good defense there by Laramie to kick that one away.
One thing I don't remember, which was a long time ago, I don't remember the quick turnaround on those throw-ins. I think we were so slow compared to what they're doing now. This is fantastic.
Yeah, they do. When they get the ball, they want to basically throw it in immediately for both of these teams.
I remember like taking a breather.
You're like, oh, finally a break.
Yeah.
You were the bruiser though, like you said. So maybe that was just you.
Yeah.
Well,
Right fullback. No one came between me and the keeper.
Yep. Another throw in here. Sheridan. It's going to be knocked away by Laramie. Still kind of bouncing around, though. Laramie is going to clear it here into the midfield. Sheridan will get recovery of it and kind of reset. Shot taken. Goes off the head of Laramie defender, I believe. Bounces right to Avery McMullen. She's still out wide.
Don't give her plenty of time and space.
Nope.
And they
Again,
didn't.
defending her pretty nicely, I'd say, so far in this game. Laramie has been. She hasn't had a lot of space in this one to find a lot of open field. We'll have another sub come in. Sydney Warnicki.
If you look at Avery McMullen's player that's tagged up with her, she is close to her.
Yeah, not letting her out of her side, essentially. Manning up Avery McMullen right now.
Right in the pocket.
Morgan Hansen is who that is. That's been basically guarding her most of this possession and most of the game, too. We'll have another throw-in right to Sydney Warnicki. She's going to look for Tridy in the middle. Laramie all over it, though. They're kind of hovering over high pressure again, and then Sheridan playing a little bit more of a defensive look for the last 15 minutes or so in this game, now that they have the lead. I don't think you don't want to park the bus this early, per se, but probably going to see more people coming back and playing a lot more heavy defense for Sheridan anyways.
Good call. Yeah, I think you're right. Some other amazing sponsors that make this broadcast possible are First Northern Bank, One Health, Midway Auto, and Branded 307.
Big thank you to our sponsors. Ella Ballou going to come forward, look for a cross. Good fake there. Nearly had Laramie bite on that one. She would have had a wide open passing opportunity, but defended again nicely. I think, yeah, the biggest thing that we've seen that's been impressive so far from this Laramie squad has definitely been their defense. They're down 1-0, but their defense has been pretty stagnant against this Sheridan team. I guess stout would probably be the better word.
Yeah.
Not stagnant. Stout. But still, even with that, Sheridan finding themselves in the lead, 1-0. Free kick from Parker Trides is the lone goal we've got here today.
What a beautiful kick, too.
Yeah.
Beautiful goal.
It would be poetic that was the only goal that was needed for this game to end with a victory for Sheridan. Stride's been the kind of the anchor on these last 2 days as far as commanding that midfield. Have another throw in here for Sheridan. Again, way up in the attacking area. This just kind of puts it in a weird area because now you're playing essentially against the barrier of where the goal kick would be if you're throwing it in next to that corner stick.
Mm-hmm.
And right there, Laramie defends it well and allows the ball to go out for that goal kick.
And here we have the player taking the kick.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, for the goal kick, yeah, it'll be the center back again. That's interesting. I don't know why. I'm still trying to figure it out. What would make the most sense? There's a nice goal kick there from the center back. Laramie player's going to let it run out. And a throw in from Laramie, but defended nicely by Sheridan. We'll have another throw in. A couple players coming in for Sheridan and one for Laramie here once the next stoppage of play comes. And a pass sent forward by Laramie, but intercepted nicely by Sheridan. Juliet Kane on it initially, and then Anna Tarver tried to get rid of it as well, clear the ball. It's all the way out to the outside. Ava Wallhead's going to run it down.
Laramie shutting down a lot of these long passes. I think Sheridan for the remainder of the game is going to have to keep these short, tighten up some of these passes.
Yeah, I would say the ones where they might have an opportunity are the ones that are right here where they have Laramie pushed up a lot, trying to attack it. They get an interception with the possibility of having not very many people back for Laramie, and you'll get one through ball in, and then you can have it make it 2-0 relatively quickly. But it doesn't happen there. Laramie playing, again, some nice defense so far. We'll have a through ball, but Sarah Munn's going to be able to get on top of that one pretty easily. And she does. 13 minutes to go here in this second half. Sheridan, 1-0 lead. Subs still waiting to come on for both teams. Goal kick taken by Munn. And hopped on by Trides after the initial kick. Good pass there from Warnicki to Avery McMullen. She's going to get command of it after a quick tackle attempt from a Laramie defender. And she'll give it away looking for a pass to Sydney Warnicki that does not reach the intended target. And now it will be Sheridan throw in. We'll have those subs come in now. As Paisley Hewlett will come off. Savannah Child will come on, I believe, as well as Willa Koltiska, I believe, will come back on as well. So we're back underway. Savannah Child will take the throw in right to Avery McMullen. Going to send it back to one of her defenders. That was kind of an awkward touch. That could have been dangerous there, but recovered nicely. Juliet Kane has it. She's going to try to find Avery McMullen, but doesn't do it successfully. Savannah Child's trying to clear it away after Laramie cleared it themselves, and now it's kind of bounding around in the midfield once again. It's going to go out, and we're going to have a throw-in for Laramie. Laramie's going to pick it up, try to do something immediately with it, but again, good defense by Sheridan to be set quickly so that Laramie can't take advantage of those quick throw-ins. We'll have another one. And Laramie essentially just throwing their way down the field.
Yeah.
3 straight throw-ins right after
it's
throw-ins.
Working for them.
Yeah. Whatever works. Good box out here from Laramie. They'll have a shot, but not at a very good angle, and it bounds around. And now Sheridan going to have a attack here, but no, broken up quickly by Laramie. Juliet Kay now with good interception there. That allows Avery McMullen to find an opportunity. This is kind of in a weird spot. We'll see what happens. Jesse's going to come up and pick it up, though. That was in a tough spot, and the Sheridan bench is going crazy. I think looking for a possible foul against Avery McMullen earlier in that play. But no call. You're not going to get the late calls, obviously.
A lot of people stopped. Play till the whistle.
Yep. We're going to get a sub again. Well, not yet, actually. Excuse me. We have one sub. Ella Ballou waiting to come back in as well. Sydney Warnicki on the ball here after the throw-in from Sheridan. Savannah Child going to come and get it from Warnicki. Now Tridy has it. And Laramie comes away with the interception, the tackle, actually, and going to move up the midfield with it themselves out of their own defensive area. Moving up nicely. That's Bailey Setright. Or, excuse me, that was actually Devani Romero who had it initially, but then one taken away by Sheridan.
Good turnaround from Sheridan. Good clear there. Changed the pace up. Laramie was on the attack.
Yeah, Sheridan has shown some good recovery skills here defensively in this game. From those quick throw-ins and then also those quick counterattacks that Laramie has been trying to get out on. And we'll see a counterattack possibility here from Sheridan. As Sidney Warnicki is going to move down the field and win a throw-in, and
Kick goes off a manager there on accident. Laramie checking on them to make sure they're okay.
I think they're all right. I think it hit that gentleman right in the sweet spot.
Ouch.
Which is not ideal. We'll have another free kick foul taken against Sheridan, and now Laramie will have a free kick. Laramie going to push basically everyone down the field, and this is where it can kind of get dangerous for both teams. We'll have a quick shot. Sarah Munn's going to let that one just run away, and it will go out for a goal kick.
Which is another great opportunity to shout out some more sponsors here. We have Wyoming Department of Transportation, Best Real Estate, Sheridan Wyo Sports Cards, A+ Plumbers, and Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union. Thank you again to all of our amazing sponsors that make this and all of our broadcasts possible.
Always a big appreciation to our sponsors. Also, want to thank McDonald's as well. Talked about them a little bit earlier, but Larry Storer Jr. and the staff at McDonald's, they would like to invite you out before or after these soccer matches at either of their locations on North Main Street or on Coffeen Avenue. Right now, get a 20-piece chicken McNuggets for $6 or go with the McValue meal for buy one and add one for $1 more. You can stop by after the game on North Main and on Coffeen Avenue or McDonald's in Buffalo and Gillette as well. So big thank you to McDonald's for the sponsorship, the title sponsorship. Greatly appreciate them as always. And all of our sponsors for this game here today and all of our future games as well. Sheridan looking to close this one up. Got about 8 minutes left in this game. Another goal would really put them in a good spot given how good they have played defensively here in the second, both halves, honestly. If they're able to put one more goal in, this would put them in a very comfortable situation.
Sheridan's keeper, Sarah Munn, had a fantastic save, which could have really saved the game for him there.
We're going to have
kept the clean sheet going.
Yeah, well, they're 3 games into 3-game clean sheet right now. Haven't allowed one single goal yet this season. Sheridan hasn't. And if they can keep that going, keep this score right here, that'd be 3 games in a row. Got about 7.5 minutes to go here in this second half. Sheridan with the lead. Laramie trailing. And Laramie going to give the ball away. Savannah Child's going to take the throw in here. And we're going to have a sub come on as Brooklyn Ellis is going to come in for Willow Koltiska. Now we are ready to go here. The throw in the attacking area for Sheridan. And chested by Avery McMullen to Parker Tridy is who she was looking for. And we'll get a foul call against McMullen. I think we're seeing a couple of these calls that, honestly, neither team has been exactly fond of.
Mm-hmm.
Referee hasn't been the most popular guy, but that's usually how it goes for refereeing. I don't think you don't get into refereeing if you want to be popular, just in general. And we'll get that one is run out of play.
Shout out to all the officials.
Of course. Hey, you know what? Honestly, I couldn't do that job.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Making,
I like
making
being
the
popular.
making the hard calls.
Yeah, no, I could not do.
Doing what needs
Could
done.
not do the officials' jobs. So shout out to the people that do it.
Even in professional sports, get a lot of hate and discontent, and continue to do their job.
Yeah, you ain't lying. There's not many jobs in which you are maybe not universally disliked, but universally disagreed with.
Yes.
And
yes.
that's one of them. That's not an easy job to do, whether it be full time at the professional level or at the high school level, middle school level, you name it. Not a calling for everybody.
It's going to be a Sheridan ball here.
And we'll have a throw in here at about the midfield point. Sheridan kind of into time-wasting territory, if you will. They don't obviously don't like to do that because I think you can get penalized for it. But I will say, Sheridan, they've been tying their shoes more here in the last couple minutes than I've seen the entire game.
Slowing things down.
Slowing it down. Waste the time. Let the clock run down. No stoppage time or anything like that. So about 5 minutes to go. And we'll see Laramie win the ball back. They'll have an attacking situation here. Through ball taken. Sarah Munn waited on it a little too long. And good job by Munn to come out and knock that one away. Kicked it right off of the leg of the attacker, which allows it to go out for a goal kick. Basically, every defender is going to come down and pat Sarah Munn on the back. She was a little hesitant at the start, but then she in that initial look, and then right after she sprinted up towards the ball and knocked it away. Good job by Munn. Saved the one-on-one there.
What a one-on-one opportunity. Good job, Munn.
That's been Laramie's probably best opportunity this whole game. And Munn knocks it away. So Sheridan here battling against Laramie in the defensive area for Sheridan. Now Sheridan going to come away with it, but then turn it over. Laramie looking for a couple options. They're definitely bringing a lot more people forward than they were before. They have basically one person all the way back at the 50, and then all the defenders as well moving up to about the 30. Just give every opportunity available for Sheridan. And we're going to have a foul called against Sheridan again. I believe that was McMullen again. Or that may have been Tridy, actually. And we'll have a free kick here. Pretty dangerous area, at about the 20. All the way near the sideline, though. So free kick is taken. And nice job by Juliet Kane. She's going to come up and knock it away. It's going to come all the way back to about midfield. And Laramie is going to have to try to reset. And it's knocked out of play.
Good read from Kane there.
Yep.
She saw that ball coming. She knew the play.
Knew exactly where she needed to be to intercept that one and knock it out of play. And that is what she did. 3 minutes to go. Sheridan still holding on to that 1-0 lead. And they'll clear it once again. Tridy's going to knock it out.
Sheridan just keeping this to the outside with 3 minutes left in the second half here.
And we'll have a cross, but stopped easily by Sarah Munn there.
Another shout out to Coleman. This excellent camera footage coming to you live from Coleman's fantastic camera work.
So we'll have another through ball here. Avery McMullen going to try to run it down, but Maria Jezzy going to get it first. And we'll have a stoppage. McMullen went down. Her ankle. She's grabbing at her ankle.
Seems to be in a lot of pain right now.
Yeah, she is in some pain. And the training staff immediately running out there to go and help her. I didn't actually see what happened. I just saw that she was down on the ground. So we're hoping that she is okay, obviously. But again, Sheridan, wonderful training staff. They know exactly what they're doing.
Hate to see any player on any side get hurt.
Yeah, that is...
especially this early in the season.
Worst case scenario. But you're hoping for right now, obviously, if she can get up and walk off under her own power. That's best case scenario, but she's still down on the ground. Training staff is looking at her. Both teams have kind of come together at about the 30-yard line, discussing tactics as well as training staff takes a look at this.
Willow Koltiska on the side,
Ready
giving her a thumbs up.
Ready to check in as well. Yeah, so she'll come in for Brooklyn Ellis, who was in that huddle with the rest of her team, and now Sydney Warnicke will also come in, assumedly for Avery McMullen, who is down right now. That's what it looks like because nobody else came out of that huddle. So it looks like McMullen is going to come out for Warnicke. They are going to make a sub for her. So we got one of the trainers grabbing one of the bags over here. When we restart here in just a little bit, we'll have about 2.5 minutes left in this matchup in the second half. The other things, too, is you hate to see it. We're dang near at the end of the game, you know?
Mm-hmm. We're going to wrap something around the leg there. Hate to see any player get hurt, obviously, but when a player on any sport is pounding their fist on the ground, you know it's got to be painful. So positive thoughts out there on the field right now.
Now we have Sheridan coming over. They're getting refreshments and whatnot, obviously. Still got to keep hydrated with these last couple of minutes. You don't want to be cramping up here in the last couple of minutes because of an injury pause.
Yep, definitely a little chilly out there.
We'll get the word on Avery McMullen once we get it. Obviously, we probably won't get it here today, but we'll update you as we move forward. But she's still down on the ground. I think they're wrapping or casting something here.
Sheridan AD getting ready to move a vehicle over here on the left side.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe prepping it to get on the field and help this player off the field.
Yeah, that's what it looks like there. It looks like they're going to put her in the back of the 4x4 Can-Am.
Sheridan doing everything they can to help their players, obviously.
Yeah, I didn't initially see what happened. I looked up and she was on the ground. She was pounding her fist on the ground and holding at her ankle. I thought it was her ankle.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, she's not really putting any weight on it. They're gonna put her on the back of the Can-Am. And they'll drive her down to the training room, I'm assuming, for further evaluation and see what happens after that.
Great job from the Sheridan training staff. They were real quick to see what was going on and quick to get on the field and address the situation.
Mm-hmm. Both teams coming back out on the field as they're going to start to drive McMullen off on that back of that Can-Am. As I do believe it does look like it's their left leg is air casted almost. She wasn't putting any weight on it as she was getting into the Can-Am.
Getting a round of applause
Yep.
from everybody here in the stands.
And again, we'll have about 2 minutes and 45 seconds left here, is where they reset the clock after the injury here in this game. So now, after that, you kind of got to, if you're Sheridan, reset, recover almost, and just try to keep your head for the next 3 minutes.
Sometimes in soccer, it doesn't take anything but just a weird footing and a turnaround.
Yeah, no kidding. Especially on the turf, too.
Yeah.
The turf can make it a little bit weird. As we're back underway here, Laramie going to have a throw-in immediately after a goal kick. Laramie with it, still in the attacking zone. Sheridan, again, just trying to play some tough defense here in the last couple of minutes to close this one out with a 1-0 lead after a Parker Tridy free kick goal in the second half. Throw in here for Sheridan, and Sheridan is just going to slow this down as much as possible. Laramie's going to win a throw in themselves. And that one will go out of play. So Sheridan will throw in here on the near side. Still in the attacking area for Laramie. Laramie's got to play some defense. We're going to have a couple, or one sub come in. Aaron Newton's going to come in for Juliet Kane. 1:54 to go on the clock. And we are back underway here. Sent down. Again, another throw in, this time for Laramie. And the throw in is taken, and it's going to go out of play once again. I think we've had more throw-ins here in the last 15 seconds than we have the entire second half. Laramie wins the throw-in, sending it down, looking for the middle of the field, but good recovery. I believe that was Avery Von Krosik who knocks it away, clears it. Laramie will have to try to reset. 1 minute and 30 seconds to go. Clock still counting down.
I'm not sure if there's a stat for this, but Laramie definitely has many yards covered from throw-ins.
From throw-ins, yeah.
This game.
That should be a stat. Yards thrown in.
Yeah.
As another clearance made by Sheridan. Good job. Sydney Zabrowski trying to clear it herself. She does clear it herself. Trying to get it out. It's back into the midfield, and Laramie tries to chest it. Now it's going to go over to Willa Koltiska. Gets a little too heavy on the footwork there, and goes right to the foot of a Laramie defender. But now, moving forward, Laramie tries to push it forward, and then Sheridan clears it. It's still stuck in the midfield. If you're Laramie, you want to try to push it up more and more. Get any sort of opportunity you can. As this one's going to roll close to out of bounds, but run down by Savannah Child. 30 seconds to go here. And moving forward, Parker Tridy had it initially, but again, too heavy of a touch. It's going to be sent down once again from a Laramie defender. And Sydney Zabrowski is just going to let it roll all the way out. Take her time to run down and grab it. 20 seconds to go. And we're going to stop the clock. Somebody's not looking at it down there.
Still should have about 30 seconds left.
Scorekeeper is not paying attention. Scorekeeper, we're going to have 20 seconds left on the clock. There it is. Hey, game over. No, just kidding. Game's not over. Scorekeeper missed it. I don't know what they were looking at because everybody was paused. So 20 seconds left on the clock here. We're still waiting for it to reset. We'll have a throw in for Sheridan once we get it reset here.
They have 15 seconds.
20 seconds is what it should be.
Yeah, main ref is over here trying to say that's a 2.
Yep. 2-0.
2-0. There we go.
I mean, I'm getting it.
There we go.
Know? Let's go. Let's add 5 more seconds. There we go. 15 seconds. There. Hey. Round of applause there.
Teamwork.
There we go. Now we're 20
dreamwork.
seconds left. Yep. Throw in here for Sheridan. It's going to be won by Laramie. It's going to be kicked high in the air and land out of play. It'll be a throw in here for Sheridan. Clock still running. Down to 15 seconds. And it's going to be knocked forward here. Cleared for Sheridan. Now Laramie will try to get it back forward. They got about 5 seconds left. They're going to try to do everything that they can. Sheridan just try to get on top of the ball, get it up in the air, and that will be how this one ends. Big victory for Sheridan, winning 1-0. Got
3 clean sheets.
Yeah, 3 clean sheets in a row. Got the free kick goal from Parker Tridy. That is the difference in this matchup. That's a very impressive victory from the Sheridan Lady Broncs. Again, this Laramie team coming off a victory 7-1 over Campbell County last night. They're 14-4-1 last season, and Sheridan proves it to themselves and to the rest of the state, possibly, that they might be the team to look out for as well here in this East region.
Very great start to the season from Sheridan. I really hope Avery McMullen's doing okay with that injury.
Thoughts are with her, obviously, as well. We're hoping we could see her next week. Hopefully it's nothing serious. We will be back here next week. Buffalo will come to town to take on Sheridan that Friday. And then we'll also, I believe we have baseball next
Yeah.
Friday as well. So
Already.
a loaded weekend, coming up for you here on Sheridan Media. We want to thank you very much for tuning in for this iteration of Sheridan Lady Bronc soccer, winning 1-0 against Laramie. Again, we'll be back next weekend for more. You've been watching Sheridan Media, Sheridan Lady Bronc soccer here on SheridanMedia.com, Sheridan Media Facebook page, and the Sheridan Media YouTube channel.